And we're considering now, again, with Cardinal O'Malley, some of the ways in which we look at aging and getting your perspective. We have been talking before about Pope Francis and the ability of an older man to bring perhaps great energy to the church. What do you think are some of the most important features so far of his pontificate?
Well, I think that the Holy Father has re-energized the church in a wonderful way. And certainly his emphasis on God's mercy, on being close to people, his desire to reach out to the periphery, as he's always talking about that. You know, we talk about the Good Shepherd leaving the 99 and going after the one lost sheep, but we don't realize, well, that was Jesus' priority. It's got to be our priority too.
Sure.
And the Holy Father, he is a man who speaks in gestures, and gestures that touch people's hearts. Even his writings are very accessible. They don't sound like Vatican documents. And so he has done an extraordinary service to the church by bringing, I think, this energy, this renewed emphasis on God's mercy, and calling people to the essentials of the gospel, and reminding priests that, you know, we have to touch people's hearts, and to be close to our people. That famous expression in his Chrism Mass about having the smell of the sheep is one of the most quoted Chrism Mass homilies ever given in the history of the church, I think. You know, but no, he has created such excitement in the church. It's been a great joy to be able to work with him, and but he also is very focused on the elderly. Wherever he goes, he talks about the young and the old, because he sees them in a certain way as being at the periphery, and in some way not being serviced, appreciated, loved the way that they need to be. And so it's a constant theme in his speaking and in his writing. And
as you know, one of the things with older people, often when they cannot get out and maybe are isolated, can't make it out to Mass or have the same interaction, do you have any guidance for them about how to proceed spiritually when some of the same supports that they've grown up with are no longer available to them?
Well, to me, one of the important ministries of the Archdiocese in Catholic television is allowing our shut-ins to be able to have a contact with the church. And I'm always so gratified when I meet shut-ins or elderly people who say, "Oh, I said the rosary with you this morning." I say, "That's wonderful, that you're part of the church, you're part of our family." And of course, the work that is being done by our sisters and the people in the Catholic nursing homes is just an extraordinary witness to how important our elderly Catholics are. And they've been the backbone of our parishes. They've been so faithful in attending Mass and in doing all the things that have kept the parishes alive and vibrant over the years, and in passing on the faith to new generations and their own families.
Speaking of that, one of the things I'm sure you hear is that older people often are very upset that their children or grandchildren are not continuing the faith. And I wonder if you have any advice for them about how to deal with that situation.
Well, it's certainly very painful for people, because our faith is so important to us, and it's something that we want our loved ones to have the advantage and the joy of having this relationship with the Lord and being part of His family. These are challenging times, but the witness of our senior Catholics and their prayers, I think, are very, very important. And We have a World Youth Day coming up, and in Poland there'll probably be 2 million young people, and one of the great things about the World Youth Day is that these young people who sometimes feel very isolated in their faith suddenly feel affirmed. They're with hundreds of thousands of their peers who are happy and joyful to be a part of the church. And so I think that discouragement is our greatest enemy, but I think trying to communicate a sense that the church is a path to peace, to happiness, to joy, and it has provided that for us in our generation, and that's why we want to share this with new generations of Catholics.
Thank you very much, Cardinal Seán, and we thank you for being with us today and for sharing your thoughts. Right now,